Hello everyone and welcome back to Riftbreaker. Last time, I think I finished about as much as I could on this map. I know there's still a couple of other of the miscellaneous research things that I can go do. This time I'm gonna try to go get the other advanced materials from the various locations that the Rift Portal will lead me. But first I gotta repair. I had a hailstorm happen right when I was about to start up this video. I really should be putting a repair tower to handle this. Now I'm wondering if I should wait and upgrade the solid material storage. Okay, just 5.5 more minutes and then I will upgrade all of my solid material storage. I guess that's down there. I used up almost all of my carbonium, but now I've got a limit of 31,000. I'm hoping the materials are centralized. Because if they're not, then this was just a big waste of time. I guess what I mean is when I move over to the next area, if I have to collect all resources from scratch, then me doing all this here is kind of a waste. I've unlocked a unique item called Ready.
Research completed.
What is unique item Ready? Oh. Oh, that's actually kind of cool. Oh, I probably need to upgrade my weapons. Blue hammer.
Crafting completed.
Let's do blue spear.
Crafting completed.
And let's do blue sword.
Crafting completed.
Sword. Hammer. Spear. And then they each have mods. There, so we get pure physical, acid, and then energy. Alright, well I guess it's time to stop stalling. Radioactive desert. Obviously has uranium. The acidic plains apparently has geothermal vents. That might not be a good place to start. Has palladium there. Volcano area. Excuse me. Also has geothermal vents. Traces of titanium. That might be my best spot, is the volcano area. Hopefully I don't regret this. Okay.
Rift jump successful. Warning, temperature above safety levels. This area is hotter than we expected. My armor is going to sustain damage from the heat.
We've landed in the middle of an active volcanic area. We expected high temperatures, but not this high. The measurements from the orbital scanner were different. Something's off. We won't survive here for long.
Well, just have fun.
I'm detecting multiple temperature anomalies close to our position. It looks like my sensors are broken. The temperature suddenly drops in these areas by hundreds of degrees.
We received some anomalous readings from the orbital scanner. This might be it. We have to investigate that.
Why is everything flickering? Okay.
This is amazing. These plants are unlike anything I've ever seen before. The temperature around them is much below the freezing temperature of water.
Ashley, moving closer to this plant, we can study it from up close and cool off in its aura.
The chemical compounds that are secreted by these plants react with the volcanic gases that are present here. This reaction
I honestly do not know which plant they're talking about.
Around it, resulting in very rapid cooling of its surroundings. It's an astonishing survival mechanism.
Oh, okay, over here.
We can use this effect to our advantage. The space around these plants is safe for us, so we can use it to regenerate while moving around this biome.
We should try to replicate this effect. We have to gather enough samples of this plant to research it in a lab. We can do that by cutting them down or by using the bioscanner.
I would strongly suggest using the bioscanner. It is much more effective at gathering usable samples. And it will not destroy our safety zones. You can craft it in the armory if you haven't done that already.
Okay, here we go. I found a geothermal vent. And it looks like that, yes, I do keep these from the other side. So I don't have to worry about gathering minerals here quite as much. I can have more than 5 things in the queue at a time? Well, that's good. So I don't have to worry about this for another hour and a half. There we go.
We've gathered enough samples to study these cryoplants in our alien research laboratory.
Let's do this as soon as possible. If we can learn to replicate this effect, then we should be able to move freely around this biome.
But yeah, I did not know about the bioscanner. Okay, so it wants me to learn about this. So let's add that to research and bump that all the way up to the top. Let's add that to research, bump that all the way up to the top, and go down by 1. Holy crap. Mission complete, return to headquarters, okay. Well, this is not how I meant to return to headquarters, but okay.
It's good to be back at HQ. I feel much safer here.
Ashley, remember that we can travel between planetary locations using the Orbital Scanner interface whenever you are ready. You can also check our list of objectives on that screen.
Okay, Mr. Riggs, let's check to see if our base is still intact. Then we can go back to exploring other biomes. Many of the more advanced buildings require a lot of cobalt to be built or upgraded. There's not enough of this resource in this area to cover our needs. Mr. Riggs, can you calibrate the planetary scanner to search for more cobalt?
Affirmative, Ashley. I'm starting the scanning procedure right now. Orbital scanning completed. We have found a new planetary location that is rich in cobalt deposits and would be perfect for establishing a new cobalt mining outpost.
Excellent. It's even located within the tropical zone, so it should be more hospitable than the other areas of the planet that we visited. Let's go there as soon as possible.
Clear it out.
Okay, well, I need to go to the other places, apparently, and run around and do stuff there. Let's go finish the other reconnaissance. Reconnaissance, then. Why is it so hard to say that word?
Rift jump successful. Environmental scanning in progress.
The natural background radiation in this area is very high. It would kill most living organisms from Earth.
My standard radiation shielding can withstand these levels of exposure without any damage. However, if the background radiation is so high in this area, then we can expect much more intense sources of gamma particles. These could pose a serious threat.
The protective atmosphere is also very thin in this area. UV radiation from the sun could pose a real threat. No wonder this area looks like a desert. We'll have to improve environmental shielding on our structures before setting up a larger outpost in this area.
Ashley, we should gather more data about this area. We can later use the readings from my sensors to develop improved radiation and UV shielding for both my armor and our structures.
Okay, let's try to scout as much area as possible to feed your sensors with enough data.
These green crystals are emitting a lot of gamma radiation. Try not to stand too close to them, or they will damage my armor.
Our sensors are indicating large quantities of tanzanite within the cacti specimen.
We can use tanzanite as a catalyst for production of high-energy weaponry and equipment. It would be great if we could gather large quantities of this mineral to create something useful.
A broader arsenal of weaponry could undoubtedly help us survive against all these new hostile species. Let's start researching tanzanite handling. We've finished researching ferdinite handling. The results are amazing. This mineral will allow us to craft entirely new equipment and weapons of extreme quality. The only problem is that we need to find more of this resource. Mr. Riggs, can you search for large condensations of the entwined ferdinite crystals using the orbital scanner?
Roger that, Ashley. I have located a potentially ferdinite-rich location. The rift jump coordinates are marked on the orbital scanner interface.
Man, this is going to be a pain in the butt to finish. 19 out of 30? And it's taking this long?
A new technology has been developed. New buildings are available for construction.
Okay, that was the cryo.
Research completed.
Yeah. That was the cryo station being finished. Okay, environmental shielding on heat. Let's add that to research. Bump that all the way up to the top. Cryogenic mine, swarm missile, tanzanite. Let's add that to research, bump it up to the top, lower by 1. And let's see what else. Super coolant refinery. Huh. And cryogenic atomizer. Whatever. I'll just get the environmental shielding for heat out of the way. Oh, there's a bunch of trees down there. Wonder how those are surviving with all the radiation.
Environmental scanning completed. We've gathered enough data to start developing advanced UV shielding and radiation shielding in the alien laboratory.
Mr. Riggs, I think that we can use the natural background radiation data that we've just gathered to filter out the naturally occurring radiation within the desert dome. We can use the orbital scanner to search for even higher condensations of radiation to pinpoint a possible location for extracting nuclear fuel necessary to finish constructing the rift station.
Affirmative, Ashley. We should have some results available shortly. Orbital scanning completed. Ashley, we've detected a new area within the desert biome that can potentially contain higher condensations of radioactive elements. I have marked its location on the orbital scanner interface.
Excellent. We should go there as soon as possible. It would also be good to have the radiation shielding research finished before going on that mission.
Okay. Let's bring up.
Research completed.
Okay, environmental shielding. Is that something that I just get by default, or is it something that I've got to install? Hey, whatever, doesn't matter. Not at the moment. So, let's environmental sun shielding. I guess head back to headquarters. That's fine. Doesn't want me to go back anyways.
Warning! Hostile creatures are closing in on our base. Prepare for an attack.
We should construct more storage buildings.
I don't think there's much that I can do about that. All three of these are just going to funnel through here and hit this base. There's really nothing that I can do about that.
Iron deposit depleted. Carbonium deposit depleted.
So what I should do instead is, I guess, come off somewhere over here and build more labs. Okay, how much water? It needs 20 per second. And these can produce up to 50 per second. I have a limit of 2 labs. Might as well build the second one.
Danger! A hostile swarm is moving in on our base. They are almost upon us.
Okay. So I need more water.
Warning! Hostile creatures are coming from a nearby nest. You should go there and clear it out.
Let's see, so I've got mud up here. I want to leave this area as open as possible, so let's see. Let's grab a filter. Okay, first liquid storage. Just put it
The
there.
wind is picking up speed.
Is that a problem? It sounded like it was very urgent. Okay, so these...
These strong winds can make our life easier. Wind turbines are spinning like crazy.
Okay, so that's 100 per minute. And these can filter... Or sorry, 100 per second, and these can filter 100 per second. So I need one of these per liquid pump. And if I play my liquid pumps right... I might be able to get 3 of them.
Warning! A new group of hostile creatures is coming from a nearby nest. A new technology has been developed.
New blueprints are available for crafting.
We have finished researching tanzanite handling. We can start researching new weapons and equipment based on this mineral. However, please bear in mind that we will need to obtain this resource to craft these new inventions. The purple cacti, in which we originally discovered tanzanite, could be a good lead.
Let's gather more samples of this plant to study how it manages to synthesize this material. It's our best lead.
Ashley, I have already detected an interesting location with dense groups of these cacti. It is nearby, and we can jump there through the orbital scanner interface.
I mean, I can get pretty much anywhere
Let's do
through
that
the
as soon
orbital
as we
scanner
secure our current
interface.
objective.
Okay, so that should be plenty of water once all of this is
Wind speed
finished.
is returning back to typical values.
Great, that. Okay, so I need to go to the acidic plains and do reconnaissance there. I'm gonna wait for this to finish though. So now I need to go see how well my...
Research completed.
Let's go ahead and close all of those. Now, what else from here do I need? Shockwave tower. This one's the most interesting. I'm gonna add that one and pop it up to the top, since it'll only take it a couple of minutes. And now While that's working, let's head over to the acid plains.
Rift jump successful. Environmental scanning in progress. Ashley, my senses are indicating a highly acidic atmosphere composition.
Fluoric acid condensation is definitely abnormal compared to what we've seen in other parts of the planet. Something must be emitting the acid straight into the air. Let's look around to see what we can find.
Okay.
Amazing. These red crystals are really huge. Look at how the light is scattering below their surface. It's mesmerizing.
They also contain a lot of rhodonite. We can use this mineral to construct high-powered laser emitters for our weapons, as well as other equipment.
You already had me convinced at lasers. We definitely need to learn more about these crystals. We should research rhodonite handling as soon as possible.
Okay, I'll add it to the list.
I am picking up acidic fume emissions near our position.
Okay, let's go there to see what is causing them. The acidic fumes are much denser near this growth. This thing must be responsible for the highly corrosive atmosphere in this area.
This life form is multiplying very rapidly. It is subdividing its cells, similarly to Earth-based yeast. The fluid inside these cells is highly corrosive. Please keep a safe distance.
We've finished researching rhodonite handling. We can start researching new laser-based weapons and towers. They're going to be an excellent addition to our arsenal. However, we will first have to gather some rhodonite to craft the new gear.
The red crystals that contain rhodonite are relatively common in the acidic plains biome. However, I detected an interesting location with a much above normal condensation of their growth. There should be a lot of rhodonite in that area. I've marked the Riftbreaker coordinates on the Orbital Scanner interface.
Excellent. Let's go there as soon as we've secured the current objective.
Alright, I have to go back to the yeast colony and harvest its central bulb.
Wind is picking up again.
Whatever that means. Oh, okay.
There must be much more of this acidic yeast growing here. The orbital scanner report indicated that this entire biome is covered in these fumes. We should study it further before setting up a permanent outpost in this area of the planet.
Ashley, I strongly suggest using a bioscanner to gather samples from these life forms. The fluid inside them is a highly condensed acid that can easily burn through my armor. The bioscanner will allow us to gather samples from a safe distance.
Right, I forgot about the bioscanner. Kinda acted like I needed to go break it, though. Okay. And that should be the last one.
Okay, that's enough samples to start researching them in the alien research lab. Interesting. We found traces of palladium inside the acidic yeast samples that we just collected. It might be a good idea to search for larger colonies of this life form. They might indicate the location of higher concentrations of palladium. The acidic yeast colonies that we've observed seem to grow from a central root inside the colony. I'd like to study a living colony in its natural habitat to gather more data on how it gathers palladium from the environment. We'll need to construct a local research station near one of the colonies in order to do that. We'll have to download the necessary technology for that building if we don't have it yet.
Ashley, I'm afraid that the research station will not be able to scan the colony from a safe distance. It would have to be placed very close to the root of the colony to work properly. We will not be able to build anything that close to the root without being overwhelmed by its growth, especially given the fact that we do not want to destroy it.
I think that we can prevent the colony from overgrowing our base by covering the soil with a structure that the acidic yeast can't grow on.
Standard floor tiles are going to be corroded by the colony.
We can prevent that. Now that we know the type of acid that this life form is producing, we can research special anti-corrosive flooring that will protect our base. We just need to build the research station on the anti-corrosive floor tiles.
Okay, let me get those research topics
completed.
up and running. Yeah, I'll just let it go off on that. And I guess I'm heading back. I guess before I do...
My sensors are indicating an imminent release of acidic gases.
Has been developed.
New blueprints are available for crafting.
Multiple fissures are opening up and are erupting with highly corrosive gas. We won't be able to build anything within these clouds.
Okay, well, I was just finishing up here and heading back to main base. Which that is Y, and then open rift. Yeah. Not meant to return to those places anyways. Okay. And...
Carbonium deposit depleted.
yeah, I'm gonna
Deposit
have...
depleted.
Warning! Hostile creatures are coming from a nearby nest. We should go there and clear it out.
yeah. I don't wanna... well, I'm gonna have to go through and clear out everything that has finished harvesting. But I'm gonna do that off camera, so that's gonna do it for me for today. Thank you guys so very much for watching, and have yourselves a very good day.